jump right into it. I'm going to share with you about the art of being flexible. The art of being flexible. I don't know about you, but I want to take your mind back to 2019. 2019, December the 31st, going into our New Year's. I was ready to go into 2020, and I was ready to take 2020 by force. If you were ready to take your 2020 by force, say, I was ready. I had my vision. I had my appointments. I had my engagements. I was ready. And you know what? 2020 was a milestone for my organization. It was my 5th year of being a speaker. And what was more important about that 5th year of being the speaker, it was my 5th year, and I was getting my first time to be able to step on an international platform where I was going to a live platform, and I was getting my first international engagement. I was going to speak in London, England to entrepreneurs and fellow speakers and empower them in their leadership, in their personal leadership. I don't know about you, London, England. I've never been to London, England, and that might not be nothing to you, but this was my milestone moment. I was ready. Not only that, the first quarter, I was actually booked for presentation for that first quarter. For me, it was an exciting year. I was ready, booked, and ready. And then guess what happened? COVID. COVID tried to disrespect my purpose. COVID tried to shut my dream down. COVID shut down the airports. COVID shut down the hotels. COVID shut down the live conference centers. And you know what? Many of you are in that same situation that I was experiencing in the first quarter. And some of us were shook by that punch of a crisis called COVID. Some of you are right now that are not even speakers. You might have your income dried up. And the way that you did business and the way that you did work has disappeared. It's no longer there. It does not exist. The job that you knew does not exist. And you are here at this conference because you had no other choice to be pushed into your purpose because the problem pushed you in there. You said, I have no other choice but to go forward, and I don't even know where to go. Don't even know where to start. Dr. Woods, help me out. Right? And some of you are falling into this class. It's totally disrespectful. Yes, it was totally disrespectful. And some of you are falling into this class where you're seeing all the memes that are on Facebook, and it's saying, oh, I got to write off 2020. I can't wait till 2020 is over. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh, please, 2021, please come. And can I give you the fact here? The fact is that there's no guarantee that 2021 is going to be any different than 2020. And if 2021 ends up being the meteor is about to hit the earth, what are you going to do when it comes to your purpose? What are you going to do? Because I want to say some of us are still wishing like the by and by said, oh, I wish it was the way it used to be. And you know what? It's not going to go back to the way it used to be. I'm sorry. The way that it used to be is the way that it used to be. There is a new normal in the speaking world. There is a new normal in how business is done. There have been too many innovations that have come forth to elevate the platforms up to make up for the crisis, and it's not going to wait for you because you're behind. There's no guarantee, and I know that it's not going back. So what has to happen is I have to view this differently. I got to view this problem with a different lens. I have to change, I have to become flexible in how I am using and viewing problems in my life. Flexible in how I'm viewing crisis in my life. You have to make room for change. You know what? The Chinese have no word for crisis. They see crisis as opportunities. That's a flexible view of life. They see crisis as an opportunity. You know what? There are opportunities right now that are right in front of you. And you know what? You're not ready for it because you have to prepare for an opportunity when it comes. When this invitation to speak came out, it was an opportunity. Some of you saw the same opportunity and you went right by it because you were not prepared for it. You can't maximize a moment that you're not prepared for. Say flexible. I got to be flexible. I got to be flexible. When I define flexible, I'm defining it as the ability to bend and stretch without breaking. So let me give you a little picture. If a picture, remember if you're in Florida and you have the palm trees and you see the hurricane and you see the palm trees going all the way over. And then when the storm is weathered and the storm is over, it bounces right back up. That's the type of flexibility I'm talking about in your life, in your business, in your entrepreneurial pursuits, in your purpose. Your survival as an entrepreneur is predicated upon your ability to be flexible in times of crisis when you are challenged to change. Yes. Oh, I said change. And I'm going to keep on saying change. Why? Because you have to change. You have to be flexible on your view of change. Change is uncomfortable. Change is challenging, but change is necessary. Change will test the knowledge that you know to see if it's really rooted on the inside of you. Let me say that again. Change will test and challenge the knowledge that you know to see if it's really rooted in you. You have received a lot of information. I have received a lot of information from SpeakerCon 2020. Don't you think that they're just going to go by and take this information and it's not going to be challenged and tested? Because this is information that's meant to take you to the next level. So you have to see change differently. And part of your flexibility in seeing change is you have to see change not as a negative, but as a positive. Change is basically another word for transformation. So every time there's a problem that's trying to come and change your situation, you got to look at your life in the eyes of your purpose and say, ooh, what am I being transformed into? Because I know what my end result is. You may be looking like the caterpillar, but you know that in that uncomfortable changing cocoon of life that you're hitting, and the problem is that you have to go through that stages of the cocoon, but you know that the end result, you're going to fly, and you're going to be that butterfly. You have to change how you see change.